Welcome to another interactive session in our channel, In the Light of Reason. And as usual, we have our erudite Professor Douglas Aniele, and he's going to answer some questions that I will pose to him. So the first thing we'll be asking, what would you say is the meaning of religion? So what do people believe religion is? So why do they believe what they believe? And is there the possibility of skeptical inquiry into belief systems?
In simple terms, religion means a relationship between two beings. One is the human being, the other is a supernatural being, supernatural spiritual being believed to exist. Now, that is the meaning of religion from its etymology. Now, so you see that we are talking about a bipolar relationship and interaction between humans and, for want of a better expression, God. And this God is believed to exist, which is why the fundamental presupposition of all religion is faith. Now, when you talk about faith, you are talking about strong belief or conviction about something for which there is insufficient evidence, and in some cases, no evidence at all for believing it, which means that largely religion is an emotional affair, not necessarily a rational, logical, or empirical affair. So that if you ask the average believer, how do you know that there is a God, a supernatural being, with the traditional qualities of omniscience, omnipresence, omnipotence, and infinite goodness? That person would invariably tell you that I know it by reading the Holy Scriptures, which are divinely revealed to certain iconic individuals, such as perhaps Muhammad, the prophets, etc. So, religion is a faith-based human activity. I think the next question borders on why people have religious beliefs. Well, if you look at the evolution of religion, you will notice that it arose at the earliest stages of human evolution, when scientific understanding of man in the sense in which it includes women, society, and the natural world, is very low. At that time, human beings were not only amazed by the incredible beauty of the natural world, but also they were intimidated by the forces of nature: thunder, lightning, earthquakes, all those natural occurrences that tend to show the insignificance of humans on the planet. So, the admiration for the beauty of nature and fear of the forces of nature and acknowledgement of how fragile and precarious life is, and the quest to explain not only their own origins but the origins of the world, must have propelled primitive human beings to seek solace in faith, in religion, and knowing full well that human beings have the capacity to create, to produce, to change things. Our primitive ancestors must have extrapolated these powers to a being that is believed to be far superior in all attributes to humans, with the added benefit of being spiritual and invisible to, the normal human sense organs. You cannot see this God. You cannot touch it. Some people feel that they feel this being, but feeling is basically subjective anyway. So the major reason why people have beliefs, aside from the need to explain the human world, the natural environment, and everything that happens around human beings that are not their own products, is fear. Aside from the need for explanation, is fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of death, fear of what happens after somebody dies. So you cannot say that there is epistemological reason for believing in God and there is the emotional reason for believing in God. With the gradual emergence of science, it is clear that some of those explanations that were ascribed to religion or that religion seeks to give to human beings have been taken over by science, and rightly so, because as I said at the very beginning, religion is founded on fear, is founded on faith, and therefore science, on the other hand, is founded on the consilience of reason and sense perception. So that is the major reason why people tend to religion, to explain what they cannot understand, and of course, to give them emotional comfort out of the fear they feel within themselves about nature being so big, so vast, more powerful than human beings themselves. Now, the question of what skepticism can do in terms of religious belief. I believe that skepticism, which is also another form of critical thinking, is fundamental, because from the history of science, we know that religion and science had on several occasions been at loggerheads. People tell you, oh, religion and science, they don't need to have a collision, they don't have to be at loggerheads with each other. That is not correct. As long as religion seeks to explain objective reality, which is also the fundamental motivation for scientific research, they definitely must clash. And the history of science have shown unambiguously that on several occasions, religious beliefs have clashed with scientific findings, and in all those cases, religion has lost for a very simple reason. The motivation for religion is to investigate the world as it is. The fundamental motivation for religion is to believe before evidence is available. And because of this, it is easy to see why in the battle between religion and science, religion will always have the short end of the stick. So to summarize, one, religion is a relationship between human beings and a supernatural spiritual being believed to exist. Two, people take to religious beliefs for two fundamental reasons: the need to explain objective reality, including human beings themselves, and out of fear, fear of the unknown, fear of death, fear of the future, uncertainties and the vicissitudes of life, propel human beings to adopt religion. Finally, it is fundamental that people should approach religion with a critical attitude that should foster the spirit of skepticism.